OK, champ, that's enough for one day.
Gee, I even beat Louise. I never thought I would.
Well done. Now, both of you can get changed, OK?
Oh, gee, Dad, can I please have a packet of chips?
You know how I feel about all that rubbish? No. You'll stuff yourself rotten, then you won't want any dinner, then what will your mother say? Anyway, you're in training.
Please, all the other kids get to have
You heard what I said. Now, hop it. Go on.
Nice day.
Where did you spring from?
Oh, just popped in. Nut.
Pardon?
Nut. Peanut, to be exact. Well, not exactly. You see, a peanut isn't a nut per se. It's a legume, like a pea or a bean. Or, if you prefer its real name, Arachis hypogea.
I never eat anything I can't pronounce. Why not just call it a peanut?
Whatever. Care for one?
I never eat rubbish.
I should hope not. But these aren't. Do you realise that there's more dietary fibre in a packet of peanuts like these than there is in your average white bread sandwich? How do you like them apples? And speaking of which, these peanuts are almost as good as a peeled and cored apple for dietary fibre.
Really? Well, it's nice talking to you.
And they're fun, too.
Yuck, all that salt.
Where?
I mean, those legumey, punchy, Welsh things.
Nuts?
One of us is.
There's not much.
Come on, there's enough salt in that packet to pickle a brisket.
Wrong. There's only about half as much salt in a packet of these peanuts as there is in your boring old aforementioned bread and butter sandwich.
Maybe, but they're being fiddled with.
What, my nobbies? Nibbled, yes. Nobbled, never.
Come on, you can level with me. I know what happens in those factories.
Want to bet?
What happened to the pool?
Oh, nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? I was standing in it just now. Well, anyway, by it.
No, you're not.
I can see that.
Would you, care to follow me?
Why should I?
Well, if you don't, there's every chance you're going to be harvested along with all the other nuts. After harvesting, the peanuts are dried in the sun and mechanically removed from the plant.
Where are we, for heaven's sake?
Queensland. Kingaroy, to be precise.
Why?
Well, a little earlier, you made some very rash statements to your son about eating junk.
Exactly, and I stand by it. Look, a lot of dried up old rubbish.
Dry, yes, but under a glorious golden Queensland sun. And then lovingly plucked from their home in the ground. Do you know what happens between this point in their lives and the time when they roll fresh and delicious from their hermetically sealed nobbies packet? Can't nut it out? Small joke. Here, let me show you. The farmer delivers his crop of peanuts to the Central Cooperative, where they are sample checked for freshness and quality. And once they get the thumbs up, the peanuts begin their long journey to you. An adventure. Let's tag along. For a start, the peanuts join 12,000 tonnes of their friends in this silo complex. Now begins the processing of the peanuts. They're cleaned. Any pebbles and earth that came along for the ride are removed. The peanuts are then removed from their protective shell and scrutinised by mechanical and human quality controllers for perfection. Once they're sorted, they're bagged.
Pardon?
Once they're sorted, they're bagged.
And that's it?
Not quite. In this long cooker, the peanuts are blanched to make sure they have a clean bill of health. And now that they have lost their protective shell, it ensures they can go on the rest of their journey to you without sacrificing their quality and goodness. This Star Wars-looking machine has a very important role to play. It rejects any nut that's colour doesn't come up to scratch. Too light, too dark, and out it goes. I had great difficulty dragging Dad away from this part of the factory. I told him there was a lot more to see.
That's very interesting. So where do we go to next?
Ever been to Tingalpa? I thought not. It's in Brisbane. Hang on.
So where are we now? The kids' party?
We're going to catch up with our friend, the well-travelled Peanut. He's going to be roasted. The Peanut has now travelled across Queensland for the final stages of its journey to you. Further quality controls are imposed to ensure the absolute perfection of each peanut, and then cooked in the purest of vegetable oils. Lightly salted. Checked again. And off to the safety and security of individual packages. This machine makes the package, stamps on the use-by date, punches out 2 notches to make it easy for you to open. In a low-oxygen, high-nitrogen atmosphere, the warm, just-cooked peanuts are put into the package. Excess air is gently squeezed out, and the package is sealed, and the hanging hole is punched into one corner. But quality control doesn't stop here. As a final check, each package is checked for weight. If it's underweight, it's rejected. Only overweights and right weights are allowed through to you. Then it's just a matter of boxing them for the shops. Even Dad agreed that these fresh peanuts were delicious. Enjoy that?
Fascinating.
It's not bad, even if I do say so. Prezi for you. What do you say?
Oh, thank you.
About peanuts.
Be nice if I get to them.
Look, we've got 2 little holes to make it easy for you.
Well, these are really stomach.
Not too rubbishy for you.
Oh, no. Oh. No, this is real natural food. Good natural food. Except, well, it's not like all that other stuff.
Oh, dear.
Sorry. You know how it is. It's a bit wet over there. Bit wet over here, too. Let me get some drinks.
No, let me. Waiter, drinks all round.
Well, if we're going to make a party of it, let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Sorry.
So where's this?
New South Wales. Hey.
What?
Hey.
Oh, hey.
No. The place is hay. This is corn.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, this is the basic ingredient in what you so foolishly dismiss as junk food.
You mean all this good natural thing goes into all those terrible what's
Making CCs, twisties, burgerings, cheesels.
Oh.
The harvesting of the golden grain is a massive undertaking, and so are the machines that do it. It cuts the corn, removes the cob, and then carefully removes each precious kernel and loads the grain onto a truck that drives alongside. At the processing plant, this sun-rich corn is cooked, made into dough, and then rolled out thin and cut into the familiar CC shape. Quickly toasted in a special fryer, gently sprinkled with pure powdered cheese. What could be simpler or more wholesome? Dad couldn't resist trying one. Delicious.
Come on, you were eating CCs, weren't you?
Yes, I can't say no.
I knew it. Look, they're all doing it.
You got Miss Devine, are we the only ones left who can say no?
No, boss.
And do you know, cereal snack foods are prepared without added sugar. How about that? And then they're packaged. We call these cereal snacks. CC's and Twisties are made from corn, while Burger Rings and Cheezels use corn and rice. When I told Dad about the rice, he twisted my arm. And so, but Dad was surprised to learn, among other things, that rice too is harvested and collected like corn. This is beautiful Australian-grown rice, which is used to make those wonderful snack products you're so scornful of.
But it makes you fat.
Well, you can get fat eating celery. But snack products aren't intended to replace the normal diet. They're meant for those little energy boosts between meals. But when your son burns all that energy winning trophies swimming, you need something to replace that energy. And a snack food does that perfectly.
But a grilled steak would do him more good.
Well, as a main meal, yes. Of course, you know that the average grilled steak has twice the number of kilojoules as a snack pack of CCs.
But I'll never agree that a packet of snack foods can replace a well-balanced home-cooked meal.
Well, who would?
OK, you tell me this. What happens to all this once your mates get hold of it?
In other words, you'd like to see the next stage.
Very much.
Are you sure you're not doing this for all the free travel?
I've been expecting you. When the rice first comes into the mill, it's cleaned by an aspirator which takes off any of the dust and impurities. Then it comes through our first part of milling process, then into the second part of our milling process, and the third and final milling and polishing process.
So all this is what milled 3 times?
It's all done 3 times, and then continues on to our final aspirators, which take off any of the rice dust or impurities in the rice, and then finally into our packaging bins, ready for packaging.
And all this is done now by computer?
It's all done by computers.
Certainly all changed since I was a boy.
What is this? It's a grain sifter. It sorts out the broken grains. Dad was quite proud when I told him these bags of good Australian rice were going to help make tasty cereal snack foods.
Excuse me? They're Twisties, aren't they? Jerry! Yes, you. They're Twisties, right? I thought so. May I?
Oh, gosh. Jerry!
What do you think of the movie?
I don't believe it's happening.
It is.
Life's pretty straight without Twisties.
Dad had to see and taste everything.
Chips!
Talk about a kid in a toy shop. First, we take the humble potato.
What?
The humble potato. I showed him how the potatoes are washed and peeled, sliced into those tempting and tasty familiar shapes, and cooked in special long ovens. Dad was lost in a sea of potato crisps, and I showed him the continuous quality control during manufacture, right up until the time the crisps are sealed in their airtight packages that keep them crunchy and fresh.
You know, when I was a kid, a packet of Smith's crisps used to have a little blue bag with salt in it so you can sprinkle on your own, but not anymore. So you tell me how much salt there is in a packet of crisps today.
Well, in a bag like this, there's about half as much as in 2 slices of Prince or Devon, about a fifth of what you'd find in a hot dog. And a hamburger has 6 times as much. Even a scrambled egg has more.
see where they're going to. Tell me, where the spuds come from that make these crisps?
They come from Victoria. I suppose you'd like to see that too.
I wish they'd stop doing that.
Oh, well, this is very nice. You haven't got a potato farm in Hawaii by any chance, have you?
Come on.
Well, we're walking, are we?
Even potatoes are harvested by a machine. But machines can only do so much. The farmer still has to do his own quality control, rejecting those that aren't up to specification and standard. Dad said, so that's where they come from. But where do they go next? I was really looking forward to showing you.
Good heavens. How many potatoes are there in here?
About 2,000 tonne.
2,000 tonne? What happens to them all?
Well, all of these will go to Smith's Crisps.
All of them?
Yep, all of them.
Tell me, how many metres of potatoes are there down underneath us right now?
Or around about 4 metres, I'd say.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Quality control?
That's right. Even before they leave the farm, Smith's potatoes are checked for quality. Dad was amazed to learn that they make spot checks of potatoes by taking one slice each from 50 different potatoes and sample cooking them. If they come out right, the potatoes are approved for processing.
You watch out for gobbledocs now.
Gobbledocs? No one believes in gobbledocs.
If you believe in the delicious, real potato taste of Smith's crinkle-cut potato crisps.
Breaker, this is Big Eddie. I'm on my way.
One day, you'll believe in gobbledocs.
Well,
Thanks for the guided tour.
and
I admit I was wrong about snack foods. They're not junk, and they were never intended to replace normal meals.
right, you wouldn't want your children to live only on steak, or eggs, or chops, or milk, or nuts, or crisps, or twisties.
Got the message. A variety of things in a varied and balanced diet, and I can see that the snack foods I've seen are wholesome, natural food products that fill the need for that in-between taste treat snack or a quick energy booster.
That's very good. Very good. Can I use it?
And I admit that I prejudge snack foods without knowing what they're really about.
Right. All right. Now I can get on with my business.
Before you go, how'd you do that?
What?
That.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Like this.
Hey, where'd they come from?
What?
The nuts, the crisps, the cheezels, the twisties.
Well, you said you were hungry, so I got something to fill in the cracks.
Wow.
So which one do you want?
Twisties, please.
And?
Cheezels, thanks.
And I got the nuts.
Hey, you don't want to ruin your dinner, Dad. You know what Mum's like.
No worries, son. These are just snacks.
Even I learned a few new things today.